A dream written down with a date becomes a goal. A goal broken down into steps becomes a plan. A plan broken by action makes your dream come true. Welcome to all gathered here this evening. It gives me immense pleasure in welcoming every one of you to this online summer course on Deep Dive into Python. I now extend a warm welcome to our resource persons for this evening, Ms. Bhuvaneshwari and Ms. Harsharin Taj, on behalf of our respected colleague chairman, Sri D. Duraisamy, Vice Chairman, Sri D. Parandaman, Secretary, Sri D. Dasarathan, Joint Secretary, Sri S. Gopinath, Correspondent, Sri S. Amarnath, Director Sri D. Sabarinath, our beloved Principal Dr. S. Ramachandran, Head of all UG and PG departments, professors and faculty members and students of our institution to give us an insight on Python. Thank you, Ms. Bhuvaneshwari and Ms. Harsharin Taj, for joining with us today. Before we beginning this event, let me share a brief introduction of our institution. Dharmanayudu Educational and Charitable Trust established SA Engineering College in the year 1998 to 1999. We are a NAC A grade and ISO 9001-2015 certified institution located at Thiruvarkadu. All our departments are NBA accredited. We are working autonomous from 2019 for a span of 10 years. We have 24 years of excellence with 9 UG programs which include BECE, EEE, CSC, Civil, Mechanical and BTech IT, Artificial Intelligence and Data Science, Computer Science and Business Systems, along with 6 PG programs which are ME CAD-CAM, CSE, Communication System and Embedded System Technology, MBA and MCA. We all support various doctorate programs in CSE, ECE, EEE, Mathematics and Mechanical Engineering. SA Engineering College stands out in the crowd for its Anna University recognized research centers with 27 funded projects where students get chance to work on these projects. We provide highly comprehensive placements of about 90% each and every year. We have achieved 90% of placement even during this pandemic in the year 2020 to 2021. Our top recruiters include Avasoft, Rapid Data, Emphasis, Infosys, Capgemini, CTS, TCS, Zoho, L&T. We have introduced latest courses on artificial intelligence and data science, computer science and business systems. We have state-of-art infrastructure including Internet of Things Lab, Product Design and Development Lab to conduct research projects. SA Engineering College maintain high standard of education by providing a wide array of world-class academic facilities, employing highly qualified and experienced faculty members, and creating an ambience of conductive quality education. Now I request our research persons to take over. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the second day of Python for Beginners. Just a minute, I'll share my screen. Hope it's visible. So, myself and Bhuvaneshwari, I'm here with my colleague Harsharin Taj. So, we're both going to hold this 1 hour session for you. Before starting our session, I want to give a brush up of yesterday's session. So, yesterday you learned about what is Python, who built it, why Python, and the keywords, variables, identifiers, how to name the variables, and arithmetic operators. Today, we are going to learn about input and output operations, strings, list, tuple, dictionary, set, if-else conditions, loop. In that, we are going to learn for loop and while loop, break and continue statement, functions, and exception handling. And at last, you have a Kahoot quiz for recapping this 2-day session. Okay. Before moving on to, I have a request that please ensure if you are using your laptop, please switch into another tab and use your online compilers because this session is totally a hands-on session. If you have installed a Python charm, you can use that or else go to another tab and use your favorite online compiler or use Google Colab. I'm going to use Google Colab for this session and please ensure that you have a great network. And for the persons who are learning it from your mobile phones, I know it's a little bit tedious for you to switch the tabs in the Chinese screen, but you can try any online compilers if you want. But anyway, listen to the lecture. Listening is more important. So after listen, I'll try to share this PPT to you if possible. So then you can practice it on when you are free. But listen carefully, guys. So practice every time. Practice makes a man perfect. So I'm going to start this lecture with the thought practice makes a man perfect. This is a programming language. So you have to practice day by day. Okay, we'll move on to the session. First, input method. Input is nothing but whatever we are feeding to the computer in our keyboard. Via keyboard is called the input. Even if it is a variable, the values, the strings, whatever we are going to give through the keyboard is called input. For this, we're going to use this method, input method. The syntax itself, input method. So guys, please note it down that keywords are case sensitive. Python keywords are very, very case sensitive. Even if you put the I in capital letter or put the something which is in small letter, you'll get an error. So please, keywords are case sensitive. So do it in the right manner and display it correctly. And coming to the output, output is nothing but we are going to display something to the user, whether it's a value of a variable or we want to display the result of our entire program. We'll use this print method. Whatever inside this print method will get printed as it is. I'll just move on to hands-on session because this programming language is a very, very fully and hands-on session. So I'm gonna to use my Google Colab. Kindly cope up with me and practice along with me. I'll just move into my Colab screen. So just a minute, guys. Yeah, I hope my Colab screen is visible for you all. If any interruptions or if the screen is not visible, my voice is not audible, please make a comment. We'll let you know, guys. Okay. Here I have print the statement print hello. So listen here, whatever inside this quotation marks will be printed as it is. Whatever you have giving this within the quotation marks will be printed as it is. If I am changing it as in hello world and run it, hello world is printed as it is. This is print method. So guys, I'm going to change it a little bit. If I am going to give a variable, I hope you have learned about a variable yesterday session. So now you know how to declare a variable. So I'm naming it the variable as a equal to 5. I'm just giving the value as 5. If I want to print the value of a, I'm going to give as value of a is. So please note it down, whatever within the quotation mark will be printed as it is. If you want to print the value of a, if you give the a within the quotation, it will be printed as it is. Your value is not getting printed, the a only getting printed. So what you have to do is you have to separate with the comma. This print method within the quotation mark, it will be printed as it is. If you given comma, it is a separable used in the print method. And if you want to show the value of a, you have to print a. So see, now you got the value of 5. So value of a is, if you want to print as it is, then give it in the quotation mark. If you want a separable, give the comma. And if you want the value, give the name of the variable. The 5 is stored in the variable a, so give that name alone. So you get the output value of a is 5. This is print method. Coming on to input method. So a equal to 5. Yeah, I've just given it directly. I didn't give it in the runtime. I'm writing the programs and I give the variable values. But sometimes you need to give the input at runtime. So what to do? We have the keyword. We have the function called input method. So input method will ask the value from the user. If you can give this also, enter a number. So this will ask for you the value. Listen here, enter a number is given in the quotation mark, so it is displayed as it is. And now we have given this input method, so it is asking the value from the user. So we gonna give the input. Yes, exactly. We have given the input, or else you can delete this enter a number, and you can also give like this too. Nothing is shown in the output. You are just going to give the value. That's it. So guys, from this I'm saying that input method defaultly accepts only strings. Even though you are giving the 5, it considers this as a string, not as an integer, not as a number. So if you want to get a value as a number, you have to give upfront int. So int of input method will convert a string given in the input method, will convert the string into integer. So now let's see, but whatever you have to give like this, because it is meaningful, and it will be look more clear and beautiful when you give this enter a number or some meaningful names. So listen here, enter a number. So 5. You can give like this. If you want a string, you can just remove this int, everything, and just give like enter a string. This quotation, inside this quotation, it's your choice. You can give anything but meaningful. It should be meaningful, right? Because programs are not only to understand for the computer, we need to understand that too. And the programs that we are going to write should be understandable by others also. So just give some meaningful names. So enter a string, we are just going to give hi. Anything you have to give, right? So this is input method and output for print method. So I'm just moving on to my slide. It just takes some time. Please bear with it. Okay, in the meanwhile, I'll give the introduction of our next slide. It is nothing but strings. Strings are nothing but a sequence of characters, or else we can say the array of characters. Once again, guys. So my Google Colab is visible for you. Okay, I'll just move on with this hands-on session 2. Right, I just zoomed my screen because the code should be visible for you, all right? Okay, we are just going to strings. Guys, this hash symbol is used for command line. Command line is nothing but it is not compiled by the interpreter. Interpreter will never take this into your account. It is just given for your understanding, for the other programs understanding. Because while they look into your code, they might be don't understand. But using this command line, they can able to know that this code is for this command line. Likewise, right? Okay. So how to define a string? How to declare a string? So I'm just giving this as, okay, string. We'll just name it as string. String is equal to hello. Okay, this hello string is stored in the variable name called string. In strings, you have an advantage, right? You can give it in the double quotes, or else you can give it in the single quotes also. There is no problem with that. See, if I want to print this string, just give within the just give without the double quotes. If you give without the double quotes, the value of that variable will be printed. If you give the quotes, that within the quotes, the string will be printed. So please, okay, I'll just, yeah, okay. It takes some time, guys, because it's an online compiler, so you have to have a network bandwidth is super fast. Then only you can get all the outputs at a faster rate. So I just printed the string. It says hello. Now I'm going to use with single quotes. Let's see. Nothing is going to change because in Python strings can be with in single quotes or without the single quotes. It's not a matter, right? Okay, we are going to see about the string operations. if you are going to comment this two lines, I've commented the single line with asterisk symbol. If you want to comment the two lines, you can use this symbol, triple quotes. Want to comment a single line, then you have to use hash symbol. If you want to comment two or more than two lines, you can use this three triple quotes or three single quotes. It is not compiled by the compiler. And I'm going to name this string as hello world. And coming to, there are a lot of string operations, guys. I'm going to declare another variable name called b. So this is world. And if I want to join these two words, what can I do? The string operations are plus multiplication symbol, that is asterisk, and there are string slicing. So I'm going to give each example. If you want to merge this word hello and world, if you want to merge A and B, you are going to use A plus B. This plus operator will combine the two words and put it on the single line. Yeah, we got it. Hello world. So this is merged, right? Now, if you are going to use for print A into 2, this into 2 doesn't mean that it is going to multiply 2 to the 4, not like that. It's a string, right? So what it's going to do is, it is going to repeat that word hello twice. This is string repetition. We can also call it string multiplication or repetition. That is, we have given it as 2, so it is repeated into 2 times. Now, if you want to slice the string, we have to consider this b. We can take anything. I am just going with the b. So b of start value. This word w, o, or ld is indexed from 0 to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 0 to 5. So I'm going to start with 0. It will take the index values. W is with the index 0, and O with 1, R with 2, L with 3, and D with 4. Likewise, it is indexed for lists, for arrays, for strings, everything in the Python. It is indexed from 0 to length minus 1, right? So if I want to print 0 to 3, it will take 0, 1, and 2. 3 is stop value, so it will take stop minus 1. So 0, 1, 2, that is W or 0, 1, 2. We have to, for string slicing, we have to give like start value, comma, end value. This end value will be taken as end minus 1. For end minus 1, that is 3, 3 minus 1, 2, till second index, that is R. We got the output. This is string slicing. Okay, this are the strings. So I'm trying to switch on my slide. Just a minute. It's taking some time, guys. Please bear with it. I'm again with my Google Colab. I'm trying to move into my PPT. Yeah, I hope. Yeah, got it. Okay. We have learned about input and output, that is input method and print method for displaying the output. And strings is nothing but, I said already, sequence of characters. It is even surrounded by single or double quotes. It's your wish, but both are the same. So multi-line strings is nothing but, if we are given a paragraph or 3 to 4 lines of strings, it's going to display it in the single line. As I displayed here, you can just look into it. And guys, for multi-line strings, have you noted it? Like, we have given 3 triple quotes or 3 single quotes. If it is a single line like hello or hello, you can give it in double quotes or single quotes. But you have a multi-line like a paragraph, you have to give it in 3 triple quotes or 3 double quotes. Just note it down. And strings or arrays, as I said, you can access it by their index values. As I slice the string from A of 1 to 3 or 0 to 3, likewise you can access the string like by A of 1 if you want the one indexed value. The one index is E, so it is get printed. Strings in for loop. So I just going to you teach this in the for loop because we are having the for loop session also, so I'll go with it in that slide. Now I'm moving to, okay, inbuilt functions. Strings have a lot of inbuilt functions, guys. Likewise, I have displayed some of them, but it is few. There are a lot. Lower method, upper method, untitled method. These are the methods are used for each purpose. This lower method is used to convert all the string values into the lowercase letters, and the upper method is used to convert all the lowercase values into uppercase. Likewise, everything has its own function. So you just Google it up when you are free, but there are a lot of built-in functions in Python. So Python is an easy language for that only. And collection of data. So I'll just come into collection of the data. To store a collection of data of same type of a different types in one variable, we have to store the collection of data, one or two more values. In one variable, we have four types, that is list, tuple, dictionary, and set. So I'm going to teach each and everything faster because we are running out of time. We are just have 1 hour. So I'm just going to teach how to declare a list. Lists are nothing but it's a collection of values enclosed in the square brackets. Lists are enclosed in square brackets. So I'm going to give 1, 2, 3. You can also give it. You can also give the strings or characters, whatever. It's your preference. I'm just given as the numbers. L equal to 1 to 3. If you print L, it will be displayed directly as 1, 2, 3. Okay. So the tuple is nothing but, as I said, the syntax is var equal to val1 plus val2. If you list one, if ABC 34, as I said, list as a different data types, you can combine the different data types, no problem. If you print it, it will get displayed in an ordered manner. You can change the list, no problem. You can changeable, you can open the another value or you can delete one value. It has no issues with this list. But when we are coming to the tuple or immutable. Immutable in the sense it is unchangeable. Once a tuple is declared, you cannot add or append or delete an element, but it is declared with the rounded brackets, right? This is the difference between the list and tuple. Both, all the four are similar, but it has some syntactical difference, right? And first I'll finish this set. Set is nothing but it is going to have the collection of data in the curly braces. Sorry guys, I have just written the same syntax for the tuple, but set has different syntax. It is enclosed with the curly braces. Sorry for that. It is enclosed with the curly braces, that is called a set. As you can see in the example, I have just attached apple. Sorry, once again. Yeah, here it is apple, banana, cherry, and apple. Like it is enclosed with the curly braces, that is called a set. And coming to dictionary, dictionaries are somewhat different because it shows the key value pair. We have a key, we have a value. For list, tuple, and set, we are going to access all those elements using their index position. But in dictionary, we are going to access all those elements with that keyword, right? So I'm going to my hands-on session. Just a minute, guys. Hope my screen is visible for you, my collab, right? Okay. I'll just move. Yeah, I have already printed this. L equal to 1, 2, 3. So print L means it's going to print L. If you want to print a specific element, as I said, it is going to access with the index position. So the one index position will be having the 2. So the value is 2 is printed. This is for list. Going to tuple. Tuple is nothing but it is enclosed between the rounded brackets. That's the only difference between the list and tuple, but the lists are changeable, the tuples are not changeable. If you want to print L, it is going to display the same. And if you want to print L of 0, as I said, from the starting indexing value is 0, so it is going to print 1. So guys, I just said list of tuples are immutable. So if I want to change the value which is in 0th index position to 2, it will produce an error for me. See, tuple objects doesn't support item assignment. Tuples is immutable. It cannot be updated, deleted, or what. It's unchangeable, right? So be clear in this. And we are going to for set. Set is also the same thing. And there is an additional change in the set, that is, if we're going to print the set, it will delete the duplicate elements. Set will only have the unique elements. If you want to print this 1, 2, 3, 3, 1, 2, 3 will get printed. The another 3, that is duplicate of 3, will get eliminated. That is the difference in the set, right? So we'll move on to dictionary. So dictionary, as I said, it's a key value pair. You can key the key and its value, comma, key and its value. This is the dictionary. If you want to access the dictionary, you should not use the index position. Keep that in mind. You have to use the key value, right? Guys, note it down. I have given this one in without double quotes or without single quotes. This is an error. Okay, the strings are always given in the single or double quotes, but it's up to you. But you have to give the quotes. That's very, very important. So L of 1, the key, the value stored is 1. So this is the difference between the dictionary, list, and tuple. In list, you have to enclose within the square brackets. It is changeable. In tuple, you have to close it in with the rounded brackets, but it's unchangeable. In set, you have to close it with the curly braces, but it prints only the unique elements. It deletes all the duplicate elements. And in dictionary, you have a key value pair. You can access only with those keys. This is the collection of data. So going on with my PPT, just a second. Our another topic was functions. And just a second, guys. Yeah. Okay, my PPT is visible, right? So we covered set, tuple, dictionary, and set. So the next is if condition. If condition is nothing but if you want to check a particular condition and you want to execute that particular block, you will go with if else condition. The syntax is if, and we have to give condition statement. If it is true, the true block will be executed. If it is false, then the false block will be executed. That is if else, and you can also use only the if and not else. It's up to your choice. So I'm just going to execute it in the later sessions because we are running out of time. So I'll just execute, but we'll just move on with the loop first. Loops is nothing but we can execute a set of statements as long as the condition is true. If the condition is true, we can execute that statements again and again. It reduces our work. That's it. If you want to execute the particular statement again and again, you can go for this loop. It will execute and it will reduce the coding lines and it make your program more efficient and more clear too. There are two types of loops in Python. One is for loop and another one is while loop. Okay. A for loop is nothing but it's for loop and while loop both are same, but it is different in syntax. Look here, look at your syntax. For variable in range, initial value, stop value, and increment value. In for loop, you have to give three values. One is initial, stop, and increment value, and the statements. We'll just do it in the hands-on, don't worry. So I'm going to move with my collab. Okay, I hope my collab is visible for you. Yeah, right. So sorry guys, I'm just I think so. I'm just moving very very fast. It's nothing but we have only 1 hour, so that's why. So don't worry. I'm just covering all the basics. You just need to learn it and practice it each and every day. Then you will become a very great Python developer. Don't worry about that. Practice is important. So each and every day you have to practice. So now we are going to see about loops. As I said, give the hash symbol for the comment so that you can understand it easily. And I'm going to use for loop. So for variable you can give it in anything, but give just meaningful. So I'm just giving to give the variable name as I for I in range. Range is from this to this. It's going to print the set of statements we are providing inside it. That's it. The start value is 1, comma. It's your wish, guys, because I'm going to print it for 5 times. So I'm just giving it as 6. Why? Because 6, as I said, the end value, I mean stop stop value takes the value as stop minus 1. If I am giving it as 6, it will execute the statement 6 minus 1, 5. Until 5, it will execute the statement. If it reaches the 6, it will just stop the loop and get out of the loop. Okay? Yeah. So I'm just deleting it. So print I. I'm going to print the value from 1 to 5. Look here, the print method is ending with a new line. If you want to print the I values horizontally, you have to give like this, end equal to. So your values will be printed horizontally, or else this print method is defaultly contains a new element, so new tag, it will always print the next line. So please give, if you want to it horizontally, you give just end equal to double quotes, or else just leave it, it will give into a new line, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you want to increment it, this is increment position. I said 3 values, right? Start, stop, and end. This is start value 1 and stop value 6. So where is the increment value? If you need, you can give. If you not, that is, it's optional. It's up to you. Okay. So if you want to increment the value 2, that is 1. After that, it is 1 plus 2, 3, and needs to print. You can give 2. Look here, 1, 3, 5. You can print like this also. This is for loop, initial, stop, and increment value. And I am just going with my while loop. The same I'm going to print using my while loop. For that, you need to initialize your I value first and give the command like I is less than 6. It's going to print I. Guys, don't forget to increment the value of I. It is very, very important to increment the value of I. Then only your condition will get false at one time, or else it will become as an infinite loop. Your program will never end. It will continue. It will never end. So please increment the value to make sure your loop is a finite loop. It is not an infinite loop. Let's see. Yeah, we got this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is for the while loop. While loop as a condition and an initialization statement, that is I equals to 1, and an increment value. You can print as long as you want, but make sure it should be a finite loop. 1 to 9, it gets printed. This is while loop. Hope you understand the loop, right? Okay, guys. We'll just move into our PPT. Just a second. Yeah, okay. Now it's faster, right? While loop. Break statements. Break statements are nothing but if you want to stop the loop at particular session with the break statement, we can stop the loop before it has looped through all the items. We have crossed 1 to 6, we have looped it again. So if we want to stop the loop at the number 3, we can use this break statement. When it reaches the break statement, it just get all the for loop and will come out. This is the break statement. If you want to reach one value and if you want to stop that for loop, you can use this break statement. And continue statement is nothing but it stops current iteration. If it reaches one value, it will stop only that current iteration. It will stop only that current iteration. The current iteration will stop, but it continue with the loop till it ends. But break statement is not like that. When it reaches the break statement, it skips all the content and will come out of the for loop. But continue will just stop only one iteration. So please note down. This is the difference between the continue and break statement. Continue will stop the only one iteration and break will exit the whole for loop. So I'm going to my hands on. 1 second. Yeah. Yeah, okay. My screen is visible, right? Yes. Break statement, right? If you are okay for I in range, so I'm going to give it this 1, 2, 6. The increment value is optional. If you didn't give the increment value, it will take it as 1. If you given it, it will take that value. Okay. I'm going to, if I equal to 3. If it reaches the 3, it will come out of the loop, or else it's going to print the value I. Guys, listen here. This is the if condition. As I said earlier, I didn't execute the if condition, but listen here. if this I equal to 3, when I equal to 3, the condition is true, so it executes the break statement, or else it is going to execute the print statement. This is the usage of if condition. It will check the condition. If it is true, the true block will be executed, or else it will come out, and whatever the statements outside of that if condition, it will be executed. So we are going to execute. This loop is going to print only 1 and 2. The 3 will not be printed, because if I equal to 3, it is going to break the loop, that is the for loop. Outside the for loop it will come. There is nothing in that outside of the for loop, so it is not going to print anything. As you can see, 1 and 2 are only get printed. So if you want to check I equal to 4, that 1, 2, 3 is going to print it. This is the difference. This break statement will keep all the content in the for loop and come out of the loop. Okay. So the continuous statement has this difference, that is, that continuous statement will stop only that particular iteration. Iteration is nothing but if I is entering into the value, I takes the 1 and it will execute all the things and it will go back. This is one iteration. If I equal to 2 and is going to execute all the conditions, all the statements, and that is second iteration. This is called iteration. Looping it for 5 times, that is called each and every iteration. Okay, if I equal to 3, the statement is continue. Continue means it's going to stop that particular iteration only, not the entire loop. So the output will be like 1, 2, 4, and 5. Yeah. When it reaches the 3, the continuous statement will be executed. What the continuous statement will do means the remaining for loop is not executed. Whatever in the remaining for loop, it is not executed, but will go again to the condition. So it will, this 3 value is incremented by 1, it takes the 4 and again it will enter into the condition. If 4 equal to 3, no. So it will again continue to execute the print statement. This is the difference between the break and continue. Break will skip entire for loop when it commits, but the continuous statement will only exits the current iteration, right? So you're clear with the loops, right? I'm going with my PPT now. Yep. We just see the functions. Functions are nothing but it's a block of code which only runs when it is called. Okay. Whenever you are writing the programs, if you may want to display some particular code in some particular places. If you want the particular code in the 6th line, you can write it. If you want the same particular code in the 17th line, you can write it again, but it will look like more longer, more clumsy, more messy. So your program will be like more messful. So the Python is a simple program, right? So we use these functions. This function, so a particular block of code will be placed in that function. You can call it anytime. If you want the code in the 6th line, you can just call it. If you want the code in the 17th line, you can just call it. Just call it. It makes the entire program, it's very simple and it's very less number of codes and more efficient. Try to practice whatever, even if it's a simple code, try to practice with the functions, guys. It will be more useful for you. The keyword used to define the function is def, D-E-F. Keywords are case sensitive, so keep that in mind. Def. DEF is used for defining the keyword, defining the function, and sum is my function name. So you can also give the parameters like a comma b. These are the parameters. A comma b is the parameter. I'm sorry, I'm just not sharing my collab. I think so. Yeah, just a minute. Yeah, sorry guys, I'm just switching over my hands-on and my PPT, so it will be like somewhat tedious for you, but please bear with it. So this def is the keyword for defining the function, and this sum is the function name we are going to call using this name, and this a comma b is the parameter. So it's going to return, this return keyword is nothing but when we call a method, this return keyword will return the value to the caller method. That's it. Return a plus b, right? Outside the method, you can call the, just give any variable, just a or b or whatever it is. A equal to 10 or s1 equal to 10, s2 equal to 20 or 10, whatever it is. Just call the variable, sorry, just call the method sum of. While calling, you have to pass the arguments, right? You have declared s1 and s2, so just pass that s1 and s2. This s1 and s2 has the value 10, 20. So the sum method is called here. So the sum method will go there. S1 and S2 will be stored in a comma b. S1 as 10 and S2 as 20. So now the A will have 10 and B will have 20. So here we have a return statement. Return is nothing but A plus B. So A will hold the value 10 and B will hold the value 20. So it is going to return 10 plus 20, 30. So I said here we are calling the method. So this return statement will return the value to this position. Where we place the sum of S1, S2, we have placed it in print method. So whatever inside this print method without the quotes will print the value. So return A plus B, that is 30, will get printed. Look here. Yeah, it's get printed. Yeah, you can also store this value in a variable. That's not a problem, right? If you want to store the value total, just call the method here. Sum of S1, S2. So this value written A plus B greater than 30 is going to be stored in the variable called total. So if you want to display it, just give it as total equal to and total. For value, we have to place without the double quotes, right? Total equal to 30. So this is the function, guys. Use the functions. Practice to use the functions even if it is a simple code. If you define the functions, it will be more beautiful to look at your code. And the programmers and the coders will always like to place all the codes in the definitions. I mean, in the methods, and the main code, it will be in the main function, right? Okay. So we'll be moving into the PPT. Okay. So this is creating a function. Functions has two types, guys. One is a predefined functions and a user-defined function. Predefined functions is nothing but, as I said earlier, input function and a print method. And print method and as a lower function, upper function, everything will be defined in the library. You just need to know the names and use it. But user-defined functions, or you are the one who is gonna to create the function. Like I've created the sum method, right, using the diff keyword. That are called a user-defined methods. Okay, moving on with the lambda method. Lambda method is nothing but it's an anonymous function. Anonymous function is in the sense it is an unknown function. That's it. You can see in the image itself, x is equal to lambda a colon a plus 10. As I said, it is anonymous function. Anonymous means it is unnamed function. In the previous session, we have named the method as sum, right? But here we are not going to name this. Just we are going to give it as a keyword lambda. It is anonymous. So x of 5, x is a variable. When we pass the 5, the a value will take the 5 and it is going to return an expression a plus 10. So a value as 5. So 5 plus 10 is going to be 15. This is lambda function. Within one line we can complete it, but for some tedious code, if you wanted to place a multi-line block code, it is not much advisable because it will look clumsy, right? Okay, coming on to exception handling. Okay, as I said, as I committed an error before, what it says is you are not going to give the string without the quotes. So as these kinds of exceptions, like if you want to divide a number, you don't know whether you are dividing the number rightly or correct or wrong. So if you want to divide a number by 0, absolutely we can't divide a number by 0, right? 2 by 0, it's an error. So in that cases, cases, if you guess that your code will produce an error, you can place it in the exception block. You can handle it runtime. So I'm just going into exception handling. Just a minute. I'll just open my collab. I think so. This is our, yeah, okay. My collab is visible for you, right? So exception handling is nothing but, okay. Just give the try keyword. Try keyword is nothing but it is used to place all the doubtable codes. Doubtable codes in the sense, I have a doubt that this code may produce an error. So like this kinds of codes can be produced in the try block to test, right? So I'm going to print a variable called a. So do you think the a value can be printed? No, because we didn't define the value of a, right? So it's an error. It's an undefined error. So I am going to handle it because I don't want to the system show it in the block of codes like you didn't give the value of an error. Likewise, I'm just giving it, right? Okay, we'll just see to it. What is the error? See to it. It's an unexpected EOF error because we didn't give anything. So that is an error. So how to solve it? Give this except. Except is a keyword is used to solve all the kinds of codes. So print define value for a. So now, oops, one second. Sometimes it's online compilers may not work properly. Just a minute. It keep on giving me hello. Okay, no problem. We'll just define it again, or we'll just refresh the page, then it will come. I think so. Just a minute, please bear with us. My screen is visible for you all. Yeah, yeah, okay. It's taking time, guys. It's loading. Okay, I'll just place print here again, and then except block. I'm going to handle it. What are the statements you're going to handle? Just place it here. Something there is an issue between this compilers. Okay, but this is the concept, guys. Whatever you're going to place, whatever you're going to handle it, please share it here. Please put in the except block. There is an else block also. Whenever your code doesn't provide an error, it will be placed here. Whenever your code is not providing any error, it will be placed here. Oh, does not provide an error. It is printing. What about this A? Okay, we'll just give some other values. See, yeah, I think so. My A value is already declared as a hello, right? So that's why it's getting printed as hello, hello. But see, I'm just given as SWE. This variable I didn't declare at anywhere. So this is an error. The error block, I mean, handle it here. That is except block, it is getting executed. Handle it here. So your compiler is not producing any error. If you didn't give this block, let's see what's happening. Just a second. Yeah. See, you have an error, right? If you want to handle it, give it in the except block. Whatever the statements you want, you can give it. Handle it. Handle it here. Yeah. Okay. It's going to handle. No problem, right? And as I said earlier, if this statement is correct, this is not an error statement, you can give it in the else block. Statements are correct. So A is already declared. There is no mistake in this statement. So what it's going to do is it is going to execute the else block, not the except block. See, A is getting printed as well as it is a true statement. It is not having any correct. So the print statements are correct. It doesn't have any mistake, so the else block is executed. And we have another block as finally. It's going to be printed at any time. Finally executed. This finally block is executed. Whether you have you place a try statement right, whether it is producing an error or it is not producing an error, this finally block doesn't mind. It will be executed finally. This is the 4 keywords used for exception handling, try, except, else, finally. Try is in this try block, you are going to place all the codes which you are going to test. And in except block, you are going to handle all those errors occurring in your test block. And in else, if the statements are true, the else block will be executed. The final is nothing but it is going to execute at regardless of the error occurred or not. It is going to execute. I'm just trying to switching on my PPT. Just a second, guys. So we are at the end of the session. No worries. Okay, we have a Kahoot quiz, guys. So please join. We'll produce in the link. Go to your another tab and Start your Kahoot. Type in the website like Kahoot and play game will produce the pin. And over to Hashrin, she will hold this Kahoot quiz. And after that, I'll give the overview of the session. Please join, guys. Over to you, Hashrin.
Yeah, okay, Bhuvneshwari. Let us have a small recap of what we have learned today, and it will be done in Kahoot. Kindly, everyone, open your web browser and let's play Kahoot.
Guys, I request you to join in the Kahoot. Just go to the Chrome tab and type Kahoot quiz and play game. The pin is visible in the screen, so just type the pin game and join in the Kahoot quiz. I request you all to join faster as soon as possible. If you are having any issues while joining the Kahoot quiz, you can tell it in the comments.
Okay, let's start the game now.
Harshavin,
Sir, sir.
Harshavin, you have not given instruction how to join the quiz.
So I've given that just join, just go to Kahoot and just play.
Okay,
Enter the
okay,
pin, and I have provided the pin too, sir.
okay, okay. Fine.
Harshavin, just a minute.
What happened?
Yeah, one second. Uh,
Sure.
Shabana, you asked how to join the Kahoot, right? So just go into another tab and type in Kahoot website, and there will be a website like Play Game. Just go into it and enter the pin. It is already visible in the screen, right? So you can enter it and you can play the game. So sorry for this late response, but you can join right now also. No problem. Join guys as soon as possible. Go on, Harshvin.
Okay, I think by this we had a recap of what we have learned today. So, over to Bhuneshwari.
So happy guys, you joined the third quiz and I had a good quiz. I think so we had a great recap of this today's session. So congratulations to all the podium winners and all the participants who actively participated. And I have received a comment from Rajendra that is string means four. Yeah, string is nothing but it's a sequence of characters. If even if it is a letter or it can be a numbers too, but it is within the single quotes or double quotes. That is called a string. There are a lot of string operations and string slicing. I mentioned it in the PPT. I'll try to share it if possible. So, but guys, this is just the basic. We have given a strong basic knowledge of Python, but it's not enough. You have to practice it day by day. If you have practiced it each in every day, you will get a more clear idea and you will be a more efficient Python developer. So don't skip it right now. Just continue it. It's the starting step for you all. So continue it, practice each and every day. There is a website called Hacker Rank, guys. You can log into the Hacker Rank, and there are a lot of languages and interview questions will be there. So you can choose any languages you like and practice it each and every day. Solve each one problem. You'll get more efficient and stronger in that particular language. So for your career, be stronger in any one particular language. If you know a particular language or if you know any one language, you can easily get to know about other languages too. So I request you all to practice each and every day the programming languages and everything. And thank you guys.
Okay, we will wind up the session with this. Thank you all.
Yeah, Ishrat. Ishrat and Kavipriya.
To organize such an event. I would like to thank our principal sir, Dr. S. Ramachandran, for being a source of motivation and guiding us to conduct such events. I would like to thank most eminent speakers, Ms. Bhuvaneshwari and Ms. Harsharin Taj, for spending their time with us and enlightening the day with their knowledge. A profound thanks to the event organizing committee for playing a pivotal role in organizing and ensuring the smooth conduction of this event. I also thank all participants for accepting our invitation and extending full support. Dear participants, the feedback form is posted in the chat box. Kindly do fill it and get your participation certificate. I again repeat, participants, please fill out the feedback form in the chat box to receive your participation certificate. So the feedback link is posted in your WhatsApp group. Kindly check that and please fill that. I once again repeat, participants, please check your WhatsApp group and fill the feedback form. By Monday evening, certificates will be sent to your registered email address. Kindly fill the feedback forms. I once again thank you all.